Hi, this is Kai from Geek Craft, and it is a little exciting because we have the Esterbrook Blue Moon. Now, this is such a beautiful pen. So, first off, it'll come in a blue packaging, which is a little different from the usual red packaging of Esterbrook. So, usually it'll come in a box that looks like this, but for this special limited release, it comes in this blue and cream packaging. Very, very pretty. When you open it up, it will have the usual red fabric box. Okay, this one is a little tricky to open, I have found, but it's not too tricky. So it'll come in its usual red box. And when you open it, it'll be the usual thing. You will have your guarantee card and your ink cartridge, and of course the pen. Now, I always say this every time I show a little bit of the Esterbrook packaging. It is lovely, well thought of, because this can also act as a pencil case or a nib holder for you. It's very, very nifty. Now, as you notice, the pen wasn't there only because I usually use the pen for about a week before I share the review with you. So this is like my celestial pen case. And these are all from Esterbrook, and they have some sort of celestial feel to them. So I'm going to put that one there. I'll introduce the pens in a bit, but let's look at this. So this is the Esterbrook Blue Moon, and this is a re-release. So it was first released in 2022, and it was a limited release, meaning when they ran out of stocks, they just stopped making this, and they didn't even make a lot of it. And I think it was so popular that they decided to re-release it in 2025 this month. So like the first week of this month. And people are really, really, really excited over this. Now, it comes in two filling mechanisms this time. One is the usual cartridge converter, which I love, and they have the button filler, or in some sites, I see it called as the button piston filler. So I'll leave you guys to decide which one you want to use. So looking at the pen, it is your Estie in regular. I don't see them releasing anything in oversized right now. And it has this very distinct Esterbrook Estie pattern, like marble and a bit like cracked ice. It's very, very nice to look at. It has this one has gold trim on it, as you can see. It has a gold clip and it has a gold ring at the bottom of the cap. It has the Esterbrook name right there. And it is a screw cap, which means to get to the nib, you got to screw the body off. Oh, before we do that, note that it is a cigar shape, so you have two domes for the finials, also meaning that you won't see logos on this one. Okay, so when we unscrew the cap, oh, for a bit more dramatic entrance of the nib, you will find the nib. Now, when you look at the section, you will see that there's a gold ring around this part. It's pretty thick. And then you have the thread, and then you have a thinner ring around the base of the section, you could say. And then you have the section. Now, the section for Esterbrook Estes has a slight lip. So you can hold on to it and your finger doesn't, or your fingers don't just slip through. Then, of course, you'll see the nib with the Esterbrook logo. This, again, is of the gold trim version. So you'll see like a gold colored nib. It is a stainless steel nib, the one that I have. Although I think for like when you go to the website, for an additional cost, you can get a real gold nib for it. And then it says F right there. So it tells you which nib it has. Now, this is a Jovo nib, but just so you know, I have tried a lot of Jovo nibs, but the Jovo nibs that Esterbrook gets, or the ones I get from Esterbrook, are fantastic. I've never had any issues with them. Now it has a plastic feed. That's what you call that black part with the fins. And it works really well altogether. It is currently inked with the Esterbrook Tangerine, so I'm going for like a night pen with a daytime ink in it. Okay, it's fantastic. Now, if you haven't had an Estie before, you can go look at my other reviews of the pen, but just so you see very quickly now too, we're going to go ahead and compare it with other pens that are commonly found in collections. So I'll remove the Caveco because it'll obviously be shorter, but let's put other pens and other Esterbrook models in comparison to the ST. Okay, so the ST, if I'm not mistaken, yep, it is the tallest of all these selections. So just so you know what they are, you have your Esterbrook ST. This is in Blue Moon. This is your Platinum 3776. This is the Shein. Then you have your Mont Blanc. This is the 145, yeah. And this is the Chamonix collection. It's in collaboration with Olympics, Winter Olympics. And then you have the Esterbrook Model J. Um, yeah, yeah. And then you have your um, Sailor Pro Gear. And finally, you have your Esterbrook JR. So this is how they all look. So you can have an idea of the length of it. Now, this is important so you know which pouches, sleeves, cases would fit, would match, or the pen would fit in. Okay. I don't know where my sentences are going. Now, Esterbrook has pen sleeves. And this, okay, cat hair. This is the blue version. I love their pen sleeves because they have this lovely like felt lining inside. So you know it's not going to scratch your pen. So a pen sleeve from Esterbrook would look like this. They have it in different colors. They have it in blue, they have it in green, and they have it in cream, if I'm not mistaken. So the green is more like an olive, dark olive green. Okay, so it fits perfectly, as you can see, right? So, again, you will need to know the length of the pen capped so you know which sleeves it would fit in. So that's one. And then they also have the Nook case for their pen. So this is the one for single pens. I think they have for 3, 6, and is it 12? Okay, so again, fits perfect. Okay, this is if you want a bit of a harder case to bring around, and also it'll look lovely on the table. Okay, and to secure it, it has this, ooh, sorry, this band. A few people have asked me what the name of this figure is. This is the Pop Mart Hirono from the Little Prince collection. It's called the Geographer. I love it because look, the book even has like actual pictures talking about the planet B612 with the active volcanoes and all of that. Little bit of an angry looking Hirono right there. Okay, let's put Hirono back. All right, so now you know the length of it when it's capped. Let's go ahead and uncap it. Now it's important for you to know the length uncapped so you know how it'll fit in your hand. So I'm comparing it with pens that are commonly found in most collections. So in case you have any of these, you kind of know how it might land on your hand. Okay, if you don't have your ST yet. And if you don't have your ST yet, what are you waiting for? Lovely nibs. Seriously, I've never had any issues with the nibs. And they are like wonderfully made. Really, really nice colorways as well. Now, complete transparency, I am an ambassador of Esterbrook, and that is simply because I love their products. Now, if you go to the Esterbrook site, esterbrookpens.com, and you go and put in your order, if at the discount part, the discount code part, you put in Kikai10, you get 10% off. All right, so that is a beautiful gift that Esterbrook gave me so I could share with everyone who watches. Now, this is the Platinum 3776 Shein. This is how it lands on the hand. So this again is the Esterbrook ST, and this is a Shein. So it is a bit longer than your Platinum 3776 when you are writing with it. Okay, now this is the Mont Blanc 14. This is a 145. I think it's a 145. Okay, Classique. So that's what we have. It's a bit roughly, well, I can't say it's the same length. It's shorter. Okay, this is the Esterbrook Model J. All right, that's currently inked. So far, it's still the longest of the bunch. Okay, that's the Sailor Pro Gear, and this one will be smaller. This is the Esterbrook JR. Oh, okay. All right, so of all these pens, it is still the longest. Now we know that for Kaweco, it'll be shorter if you just uncap it, but we're gonna see how it looks compared to the Kaweco when it's posted. So when the Kaweco is posted or when the cap is over there, this is how it'll look, and we want to compare it with the ST. So it is going to be longer than the ST. So if you have it in your hand to write with, it's going to be a bit heftier and will go beyond the crook of between your thumb and your index finger. Okay, I'm just capping all of these, and then I will share with you a writing sample, and then we'll write a little bit with it as well. Now I have some sort of like a pen encyclopedia where I put in the information of all the pens that I have so that I remember a little bit of their history and all of that. Ooh, before I cap this, so Esterbrook also has a few limited editions, like this is Esterbrook Accutron collaboration, and this is longer. Oh, well, no, it's not. This is crazy. This pen is like, I don't know, it's me. I'm the problem here. I don't observe it so much. But, okay, so uncapped, same length. But capped, I think this is when this is a little bit longer. So just to be clear, this is not the oversized. This is also the regular size. It's just that I think with this ring that has the word astronaut in it, it just makes it a little bit longer. So capped, the Accutron is longer, the ST is shorter, but uncapped, they're pretty much the same length. Okay. Now, before we move forward and show the writing sample, let me just put this back. Okay, I do want to show a little bit of a comparison. So some people were wondering how it compared with other Esterbrook blue pens. I have the Blue Moon at the bottom. That's the newest Blue Moon. And this is the Esterbrook Novu Blue. And this is the Esterbrook Sea Glass. So Sea Glass is definitely very much on the green side. And the Novu Blue has browns in it, which is pretty much reminiscent of the Art Nouveau sort of colorways. Blue Moon is really mostly dark blue and like luminescent, luminescent blue, and just a bit of, I don't know, very, very light purples. I would say. All right, so it's quite a nice colorway to have, especially if you enjoy blue pens. Okay, and then how does it write? So this is in fine. It's actually my first, it is my first fine nib, standard fine nib from Esterbrook. And it writes quite nice. It's quite a wet writer, okay? And it is very smooth to write with. So let me go ahead and just show you what I mean. All right, let's just continue this. There's no like, the feedback is not, it doesn't make too much of a sound, but you can feel a very, very slight resistance on the pen, which means it's not super smooth. And I like that because if the nib is super smooth, I feel like my penmanship goes everywhere. So it has just the right amount of the tiniest feedback to help me control the nib. Okay, so here we are with the Esterbrook Blue Moon. If you have been thinking of getting one, get one, because I know they're running out of nib sizes for this as well. So go to esterbrookpens.com. I'll leave the link at the bottom at the description. And go grab yourself a few other items like the Esterbrook nut case. That's pretty cool. They also have blotter paper. They also have ink bottles, and when you are done shopping, go ahead and put in Kikai 10 so you get a 10% off all of your purchases. All right, so there we have it, the Esterbrook Blue Moon ST. And I hope that this short, quick review would be very, very helpful, or is very helpful for you. This is Kai from Kikai Craft. I hope that wherever you are, you're having a great day or a restful evening. Bye, everyone.